I'm not sure what to make, so we'll call this a demo with, what is it? Shape patterns? No, painting with shapes. Okay, and it's a little different in Codepen. So notice at the very top, you can just click the pencil and then you'll see your code get modified. Don't forget, under settings, to add p5.js. Okay, save and close. They updated their interface, so things may get lost for me. Okay, and then over here is where we add in our code. Great. Function setup. Over here, we need to create a canvas to keep stuff aligned. Not canvas, canvas. Create canvas. One of the first things that we do, 400, 400. And maybe we want to start with a gray background. So 150. 150. Save and run. Let's see what appears. Nothing. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we got a big gray background. Nice. Function draw. This is where all the magic happens. Let's draw an ellipse in the same spot over and over again. Just to see that everything's working. There's in the middle-ish, 100, 100. You have a small circle. All right. We go back to our assignment. The new stuff that you're playing with, it's called user input. You're now reacting to what the user does. And now our focus is over here, okay? Mouse and keyboard functions, maybe the environment variables, okay? Let's play around with mouse X and mouse Y, okay? This thing keeps track of your X and Y coordinates for your mouse. P mouse X and P mouse Y, I think P stands for previous, so there's a slight delay. We'll also try that out. And you can see there's a lot of built-in functions for you to play with, variables, right? Notice these are functions. And you can get different behaviors, and all of them are slightly different. So, right here, mouse, X, save and run. And now you'll see, each time the screen is drawn, right, it follows my X coordinate. Notice it gets repeated all the time, so the background isn't drawn, which is why we see the trails, right? So then we can start painting this way, but I can only paint in one dimension. That's not cool, not fun. So, okay, maybe you find it fun. Yes, and then, so now we'll follow you also, maybe in the Y coordinate. Okay, this is show one-dimensionally, right? Now it follows it vertically, right, over here. We fix the x-axis, right? It looks kind of cool. Now it can follow all the x and y coordinates, save and run, and now it goes, right? And that's the spirit of the assignment. You can change the color, you can paint around, okay? And let's see, there was a new one called P mouse X and P mouse Y. We can try those out. So for the most part, it works the same, right? And as you're developing your eye for detail as a computer scientist, notice in the very first frame, it started up at 0, 0 in the corner, right? So it's actually one frame delayed of where you are. There has to be some movement, okay? Sometimes that's useful if you're looking for change. That's how P, mouse X, and mouse Y work. And just like in your quiz, you got to see the documentation. We go to P5JS reference, click on this link, control find like mouse or something. And now all this stuff, okay, like mouse button, maybe you want specific mouse keys. Your Chromebooks, I think it's just one key, so maybe that's not too useful. Let's see, mouse wheel, we don't have those. Mouse button, right? Let's do mouse is pressed, right? So you got short little code you can borrow. You're beginning to recognize more and more. You know what an if statement does. It's called a conditional. Else, maybe this is your first time messing around with that. If this part's not true, else is your catch-all. It's all the other stuff. So notice when we click it, it turns into a circle. When I let go, because the mouse is no longer being pressed, it turns into a square. Right? It returns back to its original state. So maybe for this one, we only draw if the mouse is being pressed. Mouse is pressed. Something like this. And we'll get subtle differences. Okay, save and run. Ooh. Okay, so notice my mouse is moving, but nothing's happening. Now I'm holding down my mouse, I see it, so I have to like drag and click, and it follows. So we can add on to this. If it's not being drawn, maybe we'll change the fill color. Let's make it red. Maybe we'll draw instead maybe a rectangle that follows our mouse X and mouse Y coordinates. As seen in your quiz, remember the rectangle it's drawn in the upper left-hand corner. Ellipses are centered. Okay, that was the one that most people got wrong, and you're working on your revisions. So it's going to be a red rectangle. Let's change this one to RG. So this is going to be a green circle that appears, right? Let's see what happens. I'm not pressing my mouse at the moment. Now I press my mouse. Ooh. Okay. And you can use variables like the one in the assignment prompt that makes use of symmetry. Have fun with it. You still got another day. If you want to work on it more, let me know if you have an extension. That's demoing the spirit of the assignment painting with shades in Codepen. Okay, that's all computer programming 8. Have fun.